And in this video I wanted to do my review of the most recent episode of the DC Legends of Tomorrow show that's on the CW TV network. It was out on Sunday a couple days ago, and it's called Bad Blood. It's season 6 episode 10, and basically in this episode it's centered around obviously the fact that John Constantine obviously is still trying to get his magic back, and he obviously has a way to get it and finally receive the power from the Fountain of Imperium, an ancient alien technologically based fountain that's kind of like the Lazarus Pit in the on the Green Arrow show that obviously Ra's al Ghul gets into to obviously keep himself alive for so long and recharge and give himself more power, energy, obviously, and keep himself obviously alive as an immortal obviously human being. This is different. This gives people obviously magic, but unfortunately that it's not the case. And what's obviously happening is that it's based off of I guess if you're pure-hearted and if you're the chosen one, apparently to a certain extent, it says it gives it to people who it feels that deserve it. Obviously, like a great power. Obviously, John Constantine was looking for that. He was given obviously coordinates and the idea of where the Fountain of Imperium was by Gary, as far as it being here in our current there. Well, where it's at, but obviously just specifically the location. He didn't know. He just had a general idea where the area was at. Gary told him, so he went to go obviously talk to Aleister Crowley, who's obviously in a painting that he has in his John Constantine has in his house. He's obviously trapped inside of his soul. He got the location from him, and he made a deal with him, and the deal obviously went obviously him helping him get out into another body, something to that effect. But obviously John instead obviously double-crossed him, and the vampire who John called that Crowley has been working with, he obviously got the map and the location from her, and he told her John told her that he can take Crowley's painting, that she can take Crowley's painting. So he saw that it was in Spain. He mapped John Constantine mapped the map that he got from the vampire lady, the woman, and he put it on this big, huge global map that he had. And he obviously figured out that the missing part that was on the map, that area is in Spain. So him and Spooner went to Spain in 1930, the 30s. They traveled back in time to go there themselves. The rest of the crew of the Legends were on the ship trying to figure out a way to help McRory with his problem with him being pregnant with aliens in the back of his neck, which is obviously very weird. Sarah Lance and Ava weren't on the episode until halfway towards the end, because they were looking for places to have their wedding at, the reception, and different locations and whatnot. Considering the fact that they still have an alien problem, and they've got 2 aliens with them. Obviously, Gary's not bad, but the main focus obviously is little furry Gus, that little animal who looks like Furby. They have him with them. The whole entire team. He grew like about from a little baby alien to a full-fledged, huge type of like I guess you can say not the abominable snowman. I'm trying to think of the phrase, but you could just say it like the Yeti. Like he's like that now. He's huge. So I don't know how that's gonna work out with him on the ship, and now he's grown, and they gotta get rid of him. But they did get rid of him. They sent him to another world or planet. I don't know where he's at, but they got rid of him. They shouldn't have kept him in the first place, if we're being honest. They should have actually probably asked Gary where they can drop him off at on another alien planet where he can't obviously hurt other people. So I thought that was weird, especially like I said, they're looking to get married. They have an alien on a ship. They don't know what to do with him. They don't know obviously what his powers are. He could obviously kill them all, and he almost did. So that wasn't important. Like I said, Mick Rory still has the aliens in the back of his neck. He's pregnant with them. He's got 40 of them in the back of his neck, and I don't know how they're gonna get rid of them so he doesn't end up dying. That whole thing's just really weird. I know this is supposed to be Dominique Purcell's last season on the team and on the show. I think that's really weird how they kind of brought in his pregnant daughter. as well. Randomly, she's in this episode as well. She's still on the ship, but they brought her in, and they're also obviously giving him the pregnant father storyline, where he's not only a pregnant grandfather because his daughter is pregnant, but he's also pregnant himself in the back of his neck with aliens. I think that's weird to end his storyline kind of like that, and judging by how it looks, he probably could end up dying like that. So I think it's really weird. I know the show's like obviously supposed to be a little abnormal, and it's when it comes to the CW TV network, it's the only show that's based off of comedy. All the other shows aren't. Like, they have comedy thrown in there randomly, but with the Green Arrow and Black Lightning, and obviously the Flash, obviously, and Supergirl and Superman, Legends, Superman and Lois, but it's not based off of that. They're not. Those shows are more serious and have a darker tone. This show is the comedy base. It's like the wild card of all of those shows. So, but I think that's kind of weird. Like, oh yeah, he's got aliens in the back of his neck. I'm like, it's kind of weird that they're doing that. That's the case. The whole entire ordeal with the founding of Imperium is basically this. John Constantine and Spooner went back to the 1930s in Spain to obviously get to that. They ran into fascist, Nazi soldiers who work for Hitler, who were sent there by Hitler to find the fountain of Imperium, and that's what they said. So John Constantine, obviously, Spooner, this was at like a bar, not a tavern, it's a bar, but you could, obviously it's similar. And obviously 1930s, where they're helping a deaf, mute kid who has powers and can hear people's thoughts. Spooner was able to talk to him and to connect with him and find out where the fountain was, obviously what's been going on there, help her uncle out, and obviously it looks like his aunt. I don't know what was going on there, but anyways, that's what was going on. The suit soldiers came in. John Constantine changed his appearance into an Italian priest and tried to trick them into leaving and figuring out that the fountain was obviously not real. They ended up finding out that it was real eventually, but what happened was John Constantine got this, it looks like blood or some type of red substance drink in a little vial he got from Aleister Crowley's vampire friend, and Crowley, which he accused him of juicing, which is using this extra boost of dark magic to help him become more powerful. He took it, he blacked out, and he was lifting these guys up off the floor literally with his hands, throwing them around like with his magic. He wasn't touching them physically, but he was using his hands to throw them around, like obviously as you would use a wand to cast spells on people to, throw them across the room or whatever. And he literally killed all of these Nazi soldiers, obviously. Then he blacked out. Then he woke up, and Spooner said she saw the whole thing. She told him what was going on, and that was dangerous and scary. I'm not gonna do it again. He said, "Sure, I'm not gonna do it again." He lied to her. They came in back to his house together, drunk. Obviously, the lady who was with Crowley, the vampire lady, she came in there. She was let in by John Constantine because, as you know, with vampires, they can't come into your house unless you invite them in. That's how that works, the whole entire rule. If you've ever seen any vampire movies, that's how it goes. So she gave him a bunch of vials of that extra magic boost. It was like a whole case of them, in exchange for Aleister Crowley's soul, which is him trapped in the painting. And he told John Constantine, "What the hell is going on? You double-crossed me like that." And she's gone, and he's got a big case of that, and he looked happy, but that's obviously a huge problem. As you can see here with the Den of Geek article, it says DC Legends of Tomorrow has a John Constantine Conundrum, which it does, yeah. It says, obviously, the Legends put the focus on John Constantine and bad blood to mixed effect, with like some type of blood in these little vials. He's got like 10 or 12 of them. He put a spell on Spooner to make her forget that she ever saw what he did and forget everything that just happened. He told her to go here, like it was literally a Jedi mind trick. He told her, "You're gonna go upstairs, go to sleep, and forget about everything that happened today. And when you get back, wake up. When we go back to the ship, you're gonna tell the Legends that our mission was successful." She said, "Okay, John, I'll do that." That's basically what he did to her. He put a Jedi mind trick on her. He played one literally, and he told her what was going to happen. Just like I said with what Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, all the Star Wars, obviously Jedis did, Masters did, obviously they put obviously Jedi mind tricks on people and literally trick them into doing something that they want them to do as an influence to not do something bad, obviously. It's to prevent them from doing something obviously harmful to others. But in this case, it was for John Constantine to keep his secrets from the secrets from the rest of the team. And Zari, which obviously he's dating, she'll eventually find out about it, and the whole team. And it's not going to be good because he's going to put himself in a bad spot, which he already is, using darker magic. Since that's all he can use right now, because obviously he doesn't have his own magic on his own, because it was taken from him while he helped Spooner. Obviously with the whole alien, I would say psychic connectivity. Also trying to help Sarah Lance as well. He said he couldn't search for her that much in space because she was too far out of range to find her. When he did like a psychic type of rating with magic spells, obviously he was trying to find her in space. He says, I can find her if she's here on Earth, but she's way too far out into the outer space, the atmosphere, for me to lock onto her and find out where she is and her exact location. So that's obviously what's been going on. This season will be over in about 5-6 more episodes. Season 7 is looking like that's gonna be the last season upcoming. Probably November this year, going into probably the end, maybe January, February. That's what it's looking like. I don't know what's gonna happen, but some people were saying in this article online if the show is going to be canceled or not. It's probably looking like this is going to end with The Flash obviously ending. Both of them having their seasons end next season, with season 8 for The Flash being the last one, and the DC Legends of Tomorrow ending with 7 seasons. That's what it's looking like it's going to be. As far as the big, huge main villain in this whole entire season, looks like there is not one. Probably going to be another alien invasion, which kind of already had teased throughout this whole entire season, with aliens being involved in abductions and people being clones, and obviously Sarah being a clone. Obviously we know about Ava already being one, and people being aliens and shapeshifter aliens. That's probably what's going to be. It's going to be an alien invasion. They're probably going to have to prevent. I don't know if they're going to have to go back in time to do it or whatnot, or it's going to be in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But there really hasn't been one as of, obviously. It's just been, we're going back in time to stop these aliens who are coming to Earth. And the first six episodes, we're trying to figure out where Sarah Lance was. 7 episodes, something like that. Obviously, because they know she was abducted by aliens, but they don't know they didn't know where she was. They're trying to find her. So that was basically a third of the season. The rest of the half is them obviously stopping aliens and going back in time and in the future trying to prevent anomalies from happening if there's any alien activity taking over towns and whatnot, killing people and abducting them, brainwashing them as well. So I don't know what's going to be happening with the rest of the season as far as who's going to be the main villain, or if there's just going to be an all-out alien invasion / war where they're going to have to obviously stop and prevent. Is Bishop going to come back some type of way, obviously, and they're going to stop him? The guy who obviously kidnapped Sarah Lance, who's got multiple clones of himself, they look like he died, obviously, before he uploaded his consciousness online through AI. So obviously it's in the cloud. So just like Ultron in the Avengers movie, he can be anywhere and everywhere, obviously, but it's looking like that's not going to take place. So we'll see what happens with that. It might, I don't know. Things change. Obviously, I know this is going to be the last season with Dominique Purcell as on the show. He's been with the show since the beginning as Heatwave, obviously, a.k.a. Mick Rory. So Captain Cold, his old partner, is gone. He's no longer on the show. So we'll see what happens with that. That's basically it. Compared to last week's episode, I think this one is a little bit more better. I'm trying to figure out... No. This was way better than last week's episode. Last week's episode, I think I gave it like a 3 or 4. This one's like about 6 or 7.5. I give it around there. It's good. Just like I said, a lot of things were just a little weird. The whole entire team just kind of was focused on the whole alien ordeal with Gus. I thought that was whole silly. They're just giving the alien bedtime night basically jingles and go to sleep, baby. Like go to sleep, obviously songs, lullabies. That's what is obviously what they're called. Nobody knew that obviously Spooner and John Constantine were going back into time. Nobody stopped them. Nobody was aware of that. They were all focused on trying to keep this alien ordeal business on the ship contained. Sarah Lance and Ava were gone. So that was basically it. So I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, yeah, where are you guys going? Like, you guys are going back to find the fountain, and I thought that was weird. But they just kept it a secret. So Sarah and everybody else didn't know that John went to the 1930s with Spooner and could have got killed, obviously, which they almost did. Got into a shootout with, obviously, Nazi soldiers, and that's what happened. And that's basically it. So we'll see what happens on the show the rest of the season. There's about 6 or 7 more episodes left of this season, which is currently the 6th one. It'll be over more than likely. Most likely, it's looking like the next season, which will be the 7th one, will most likely be the last one. Just like I said with the Flash, it's probably looking like the 8th one's gonna be the last one, especially with all these people saying they don't want to be on the show and they're trying to leave after that, even with the contracts obviously being signed and put into place. Next season, we won't see Tom Cavanaugh or Carlos Valdez on The Flash, obviously, as regular recurring cast members, but they will be on there, obviously, making guest appearances. They just won't be on there regularly because they left the show. That's what's going to happen, and we'll see what happens on this show, obviously, as well with Legends of Tomorrow. So that's basically it. That's the end of my video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or if you want to comment to me, send me a comment or a question about the show. Let me know. Obviously, if you haven't seen the show, let me know why you haven't. If you are obviously interested in obviously seeing the show, are you going to check it out? And also, if you're tired of it, because I know a lot of people, like I said in my last couple videos, people are tired of the superhero shows and superhero movies. They're fatigued, they're burnt out. Some of them are hit and miss, some of them are touch and go, where they don't want to watch them anymore. I can understand that. Sometimes a lot of these episodes on these shows, there's a point in the season where they have about 4 or 5 episodes that are like filler episodes that are just not really entertaining. They're kind of just something to breeze past by. They're like the meh or the episodes, like you're just like not interested. You're just like, okay, this is just wasting time for me, and kind of stretching the storyline out or plot over 3 or 4 episodes where it should have ended in 2 or 1, where it's just like too much. They're kind of dragging stuff out. We see that with the Flash, obviously. That's happened this whole entire season. I thought like the first 3 or 4 episodes were good, but it's been touch and go with me, like I said, with that season. But a couple episodes on that show are very good. Last week's episode and this week's episode, which is the season finale, is going to air today on Tuesday, which is going to have all of the Flash, the speedsters against obviously Godspeed. So we'll see that, and I'll talk about that today as well. And Superman and Lois will be back on as well. I'll also do 2 videos on the reviews of those episodes, which will air today on Tuesday, the 20th of July, but I'll probably make them the same, probably tomorrow or possibly on the 21st. But we'll see what happens with that. Again, thank you for watching my video, and that's all I have to say about this. Again, my review of DC Legends of Tomorrow, the 6th season, episode 10, titled Bad Blood, which is focused on John Constantine and him trying to get his magic back from the Fountain of Imperium and trying to drink from that fountain. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that. The power went away when it was out of the body of the kid that Spooner and him tried to help. He's mute, but he had the power inside him. But John Constantine was not able to use it. Once the psychic connection was established by him and Spooner, the power left his body, and now he can speak again. He's no longer a mute. The power went away. The well dried up, or the fountain dried up. He couldn't drink from it. That's what happened. And John Constantine was super mad and obviously pissed off, but that's what happened, and it is what it is. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens with him during the rest of this season. That's almost over, obviously, and what ways and methods he can use to get his magic powers back, obviously, and abilities, so he can help himself out in the team, because he can't really do anything, obviously, besides obviously read and give them light tips and stuff. But he can't do nothing himself, obviously, unfortunately, because of this. But he's using like extra dark magic on the side, which is obviously very dangerous for him. So, but he's still trying to, keep held on to that. But we'll see what happens, obviously. Thank you again for watching. That's all I have to say about this again. Thanks again. Bye.